Hey, there we are. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Little YouTube is having some technical issues, giving me a little problem this morning. Um, okay, so let's start off with let's wait for some people to get in here first. How about that? The Japanese yen trade worked out very nicely. I'm telling you guys, the power of TrendCloud with these trend reversal trades are huge. Check out the latest Japanese trend trade that we took, $612, no problem. And I took that last night right there. So look, this is what forward testing looks like, right? Hey, Kazi, good morning. Forward testing is very powerful. You need to do both, right? You need to do back testing at first, right? To optimize everything, make sure your strategy is working. And then you've got to do the forward testing. Hey, Krishnan, good morning, buddy. Then you got to do the forward testing, right? And the forward testing is going to prove that yes, your strategy continues to work, right? Graham, what's going on? And that's what we're doing here. That's why these trading challenges are so important, because we really want to maintain consistency. And the goal, right? The goal is consistently profitable, right? It's not the win-loss ratio. And you can see that here, right? You can see that here. It's not the win-loss ratio. It's the magnitude of the win and the magnitude of the loss, right? And last trade, now this trade is still going, but overnight, I wasn't able to scale out of the position in case it reversed, right? So if the trade, so I took out both contracts. I took out both contracts at a structural level, which was up here. And what happened? Now we got the reversal. So my target was left right here overnight, and we got in. We got in here, right? And I have this on. Let me see here. I have this. I posted it last night in the Facebook group. And I believe I also posted it here on the profile of TradingView. Yeah, here you go. Trend reversal trade on Japanese yen. And you can see, you can kind of see where we were. So it's a great trade to study for trend reversal, right? And why did we take the trade? We took that trade because we were in an extended trend, right? Extended trend to the downside, candles turn ice blue, and we wanted to make sure that we captured that that initial corrective move to the upside. And look at what we're getting here now. Man, I wish I had at least one contract still in here. Yeah. So what did it do? It broke through this, right? And this is everything that we were hoping for. We were confident. Well, I should say I was confident because that price was going to crash through this supply zone. And why do you think that is? Why do you think I was so confident that this was going to crash through? Well, the extended trend, right, on that high time frame. Extended trend on the high time frame broke above that 50 simple. And that's what we want it to do. We want it to close above. So we're really looking we're really looking for a close above this, this 50 simple here. And I guess, you know, all in, all out, it's not bad. You know, I mean, this is where my target was right here. And it hit there overnight, right? It hit there overnight. So, you know, using the high time frame to take your targets is super powerful, especially if you've got trend and momentum on your side. Go out to the highest time frame and start looking for targets. And those targets could be structure. The targets could be moving averages, right? Major levels of support and resistance. In fact, where's the 100 and 200 on here? Oh, it's way up here. Okay. Way up there. It's out of sight right now. So, so it worked out very well because now we're getting a pullback. And we are at the top of the cycle. We don't know what's going to happen, right? We don't know what's going to happen, but we got in early enough where we were able to capture this cycle all the way back up to the 50. All right. It's extended. We know this thing wants to close above the 50, and that's where it's heading. And that is, get that out of the way. And that's what we look for. Okay. So, almost at 2,500 bucks. All right. 3 weeks, almost at 2,500 bucks. I mean, 25,000. So, yeah. So what are we going to get into today? Little after 9 o'clock. Let's go. Well, let's see. Is there another move here on the Japanese yen? Okay. Cycling up. We've got this bullish divergence now. Price came down, pulls back, goes a little bit lower on less momentum, right? See how this momentum peak right there is lower than this one. So momentum is starting to increase, and we got that bullish divergence signal. Cycling up, extended trend. We know this wants to break above the 50, and we're getting the crossovers everywhere. We got the 5-minute crossover. We got right here. We got the 5-minute crossover, TrendCloud signals, and that's when we got into the trade. Right? We got into the trade right here. There's our entry on that signal right there. Possibly this one. I can't remember. But rip to the upside, and it just kept going all night, hit our target, and now we're bouncing around sideways, aren't we? Okay, so we are in a sideways movement on Japanese yen, here to here. Turn it gray. Yeah, let's make it purple. Right, sideways. Sideways. What's it going to do? Looks like we want to pull back into some structure here, right? We've got momentum. We've got the extended trend cycling up. Momentum is up. Pulling back. Right? Drop base rally. Drop base rally. 15-minute chart. What's it look like? All right, so we're going to be retesting. We're going to be retesting the TrendCloud signal. Retesting the TrendCloud signal. And there's our original entry. There's our entry right there. That's a long ways back. I'm kind of glad we took that profit, right? Glad we took that profit. We captured the most profit. We captured the most profit by using that high time frame target there. Hey, good morning, Mariana. Good to see you. ADR checkpoints, right? We are almost there for the day. So what to do? Do we wait for this level here? Top of the cycle. I would really want to capture this thing. I'd like to capture this move once we return back to the top there. All right. Let's see. So right here. So you see how, we followed a plan and we continue to follow the plan. And that's what's causing consistent profits here. That's what's creating all the consistent profits, right? That's what's causing all the consistent. That's really the key. And what started this was the TrendCloud challenge, right? Put yourself through those challenges. Put yourself in a position where you've got to follow rules. It's good practice. Okay. No more than $500 loss in one day. And you've got to hit 8% in 2 weeks. That's your goal. Can't lose more than $500 in a day. Can't lose more than $1,000 within the 2 weeks. I remember failing my own challenge. Remember that? The very first week, I violated my own rule. So it's important, and it's what leads to the consistency. Look at that, 1,800. That was a beautiful trade on natural gas. It's working, right? This stuff works, right, guys? It works. It's all about being real choosy, right? Being very choosy. Let's go take a look at Australian dollar. Come on. Let's see. Open this up. Australian dollar doesn't seem to be going extended anymore. Look how beautiful that worked. 5 waves started to capture that trend down, and it just never stopped, right? Right there. Oh, it did it twice, right here and right here. So it's kind of almost like, man, we need to wait for the Australian dollar to become extended to the upside and then start looking for those shorts. I mean, it might be worth waiting for. That might be worth waiting for, because it happened here on the 4-hour chart, and it happened here recently, right? And the majority of the time, it's kind of, it's kind of wonky. You see a nice trend become extended on the Australian dollar, that's when you start looking to go short, because look what it likes to do when it goes short. Seems like it likes to, go short for long periods of time, following that 100 simple. Look how it follows that 100 simple up. Follows the 100 simple all the way up. Following that 100 simple, look how it found, look, resistance, 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 right? Broke above. How long is this going to last? It already recalculated again. I'd start looking for, Well, we've got all this consolidation right here. And look at that. I like that. I would like to wait until the Australian dollar gets up into this area, okay, and forms some kind of reaction. What if you waited for the Australian dollar to get up to this point and then drop down to that, 15-minute chart and start looking for breaks of structure like it's doing right here, right? You start looking for breaks of structure, right? Boom. Breakthrough right there. You got your crossover, or we're waiting for the crossover to the downside, right? Here we go. Okay. What happened here? Australian dollar came down on the 1-hour chart, became extended, broke above, closed above, right? Closed above the 50, looks like right there. Just barely recalculated. Now we're making another move down. Here's those points. Did pull back into that 15-minute Globex right there. You would have to watch this, Krishnan. You'd have to watch this and see, did that pivot point, because here's the end of the Globex right here. Right, here's the end. Let me see something. Let me put this on replay here real quick. Okay, see, Krishnan, when you put it on replay, you see how that the orange shading goes away. Move forward. So we don't have that. We don't have that pivot. We have a high, right? We can tell that this is the high, but it's not shaded in yet. You see that? And then because the Globex isn't ended yet, and you see how it appeared right when the Globex ended. This already took place. This already took place. Okay, so you're not going to know where the highest point is until the end. So you will not. You won't know. Let me show you again. See, the Globex isn't finished yet, so it's not going to shade in the pivot candles. Okay, so as you move forward here, see how so this already took place. It hit here, it hit here, okay, but that already took place. So you would have to sort of anticipate that, like, okay, we're a few minutes, or we're an hour away from the Globex ending, right? We're an hour away from the Globex ending, and this is about to pull into this area here. Okay, so that's the only problem that I'm seeing there with that. You catch what I'm saying, Krishnan? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure how you're handling that. If you're waiting for the retest of the Globex, if you're waiting for the retest of that Globex area after, right? Like now you can clearly see where that Globex is, but it retested already. It retested already. There and there. There's the high and low of the Globex. All right. So again, that's just one observation, right? Now let's start adding. You got to start adding to it. And make sure that you've got everything: trend, momentum, cycles, support and resistance, supply and demand. Make sure all of those components are functional inside of your trade plan. Whatever you decide to make a entry point, whatever observation you take, make sure those components are functional and working inside of your trade plan. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's take a look. All right. So let's look at our metals. Wow. Gold. All right. Bearish divergence here. Very strong bearish divergence, but we're in an uptrend on all 3 time frames here. We are in an uptrend on all 3 time frames. Cycling up, momentum is up. Momentum is up on the middle chart. All right. Pulling back deep. All right, that's kind of a funky looking trend cloud, right? I don't like seeing that. I don't like seeing these squished trend cloud, signals. It's not clean looking like, like this, right? So be careful of that. See how clean this is? Nice pullback into trend cloud. You've got the actual trend cloud. You got the actual trend cloud nice and wide, right? Separation. You want to see nice separation in that trend cloud, not like this. This means a bunch of haywire stuff, bunch of whipsaw takes place, right? Going from extreme high to extreme low on your momentum filters. We don't like that. All right. Deep pullbacks. Rip to the upside. Deep pullbacks. Making another move up. Can't really get a fix on that type of price action. That's why we don't like it. Can't get a fix on it. Okay, so uptrend, momentum is up, everything's up. It's almost 9:30. What's happening on that opening range? Okay, so we're breaking to the downside on the opening range. Well, that doesn't make sense, right? Uptrend, momentum is up, breaking to the downside. So we're looking for bear traps, right? We're looking for bear traps. This thing has pulled down, pulled back into you can basically box out this whole thing here. Okay. Pulled back into that area. How do we know if it's going to be this one, this one, this one? We don't know. You'll never know. And in a case like that, it's like, why don't we wait? Why don't we wait for something like this, right? Let's break out of the opening range and let's break through some structure, right? Let's break through some structure and then start looking for a retest or start looking for, some kind of demand zone that hasn't been formed yet, right? Something up in here that hasn't been formed yet. This impulse up that breaks through structure, we're going to look for like a rally base rally, something like that. That's what I'd rather wait for, right? We've recalculated. Where's our curve zone? Can box that out just like that. It's not too far away, right? Not a lot of asymmetrical leverage. So if this thing continues to go down, if this continues to move down for whatever reason, look how this broke through everything. We've got the previous day's low here. And we've got this. Let's draw it like that. See the thought process? That's the thought process that you've got to go through. That's the thought process that you've got to go through. There's more room to the downside here against all of that momentum and trend, right? You just never know. You just never know what's going to happen. So the trend is up on all time frames. Momentum is up on all time frames. We're breaking to the downside. Caution. This is all indicating upward movement back up into here, right? Doesn't quite want it yet. Wants to do something wonky and strange. Be my guest. Where's those ADR checkpoints? Nowhere to be found. Okay. ADR checkpoints are nowhere to be found. So there could be a lot of whipsaw going on here. All right. No move on gold just yet. Copper. Let's see. Uptrend on the 4-hour. Cycling up. Momentum is up. Crashing a little bit below the 50, right? Crashing below the 50 on copper. What are we heading for? Right in here. Low on the curve, high time frame. Pretty clear, right? Drop, base, rally. Makes a nice move. Okay, understandable. Got another one here. Okay, ADR checkpoint is pretty low. In fact, we may be in a situation where this breaks through and hits here. We don't know, but at least we have landmarks, right? That's what it's all about. Finding landmarks and developing some sort of entry strategy around those landmarks. That's what we do. That's what we do. But you got to have that, cohesive trade plan first. Okay. Copper's also breaking out to the downside. Maybe it wants to head towards, very interesting, downtrend, but upward momentum. So what's happening here is we've got this deep pullback here on the high time frame, and that caused trend reversal on the lower time frames, right? Oh, this was just yesterday. This was just yesterday, this extremely extended trend. Wow. Okay, so we are heading back towards, that extended trend area on the 15-minute chart. That's interesting. We may have some sort of a double bottom here on like the 1 hour chart. Let's set an alert. Let's go out to the 5-minute chart. Come on. Okay. 5-minute chart. Why don't we set an alert for a crossover? TrendCloud. Click onto TrendCloud. Bar close. Cross signal, right? When we get the crossover on the 5-minute, that's going to be the very first signal on any time frame, right? About some kind of trend reversal, or maybe it bottoms out and then crosses over. So let's take the cross signal on the 5-minute chart to alert us. Copper. Trend reversal up. Make sure it triggers or calculates. There you go. Okay. So now when we get a crossover to the upside on the 5-minute chart, we can say, aha, okay, let's line that up with our other time frames. Will that be in alignment with the 1 hour, and will it line up with the story that we're trying to tell on these time frames? Okay. Silver did break through to the downside on the high time frame. Pulling back, right? This is a corrective move, cycling up in a downtrend. So we're cycling up into that trend cloud right there. What does that show us? Well, that's telling us that the move could be this. We are very early in this downtrend on the high time frame. So that is the story, right? So what sort of strategy are we going to put in place to fit that narrative? Pulls up, just pulled up into that high time frame trend cloud. Now we're starting to head back down. Here's the opening range on silver. And what did it do? It pulled up, got pretty close, right? We got some trend cloud signals here on the 5-minute. So we're in a downtrend with upward momentum, mixed signals, right? Upward momentum, downtrends. Can't really get a fix on anything or apply a cohesive, organized strategy with a bunch of mixed signals. When everybody's going in a different direction, it's very hard to give it's very hard to give actual direction. All right, Kazi, have a good one. Yeah, not too much. That's how it goes. But when you filter, the more you filter, the better those results, right? The more you filter, the better the results. All right, Kazi, I'll see you later. Wow. How can we have, we could never have predicted that, right? Ripping out, like breaking out to the down. Look at silver take off. Look at this. What the heck? Break into the downside in this uptrend or upward momentum. Heading towards that previous day's close. On the 15-minute chart. Downtrend, upward momentum, downtrend, upward momentum. Don't know. We can't apply our trade plan when we've got a whole bunch of mixed signals. No matter what happens, no matter what you think this looks like, no matter what you think this looks like, we're not going to be able to apply our trade plan. And our trade plan is great. Here it is. Here's our trade plan. Functional, working, back tested, forward tested, optimized. You got to use it the way it's intended to be used. I really want to see how this is going to react. Heading down, previous day's close. Is there any news? Graham, you're big into news. Any news going on here? 3 hours ago, gold rebounds as US dollar yields slip with the eyes on Fed guidance. I don't even know what that means. This thing is saying COMEX silver settles 1.9% lower. Yeah, we know that. We know that. Okay. Platinum, is this like across the board? Wow. I mean, look at platinum. What a mess. How are you going to read this? Take everything. Look at what a mess platinum is. One big sideways movement, right? Now that's nice and clean. That's a clean trend. We like reading this. Beautiful, right? Platinum was moving very nice. All the way up, pulls into TrendCloud, breaks to the upside, extended trend, reversal. All the way down, extended trend, and little sideways reversal. And now it's deciding to go do something very strange on that 4-hour chart. Extreme low and extreme high. That's where we're at with platinum. All right. Very tough to read. If something is tough to read, crystal crypto, what is that? Crypto miners, 2 weeks back, coin Mara. All right. Yep. Very strange. So kind of slow today. How about the agriculture? Whoa. Okay, here we go. Here we go, guys. Soybeans. Soybeans, 4-hour chart, extended trend, and it has reversed back up into TrendCloud. We've got the trend reversal on the 1-hour chart, and we've hit that ADR checkpoint. Now we know, because this is on the 4-hour chart, that it has to break above the 50. So we got plenty of room to go from here all the way up to here. We know that it's got to close. Okay, it went 7 waves down before it reversed. 5 waves reversed. 5 waves reversed. 9 waves and revert. Okay, so you're never going to know. Is it going to be the 5th wave, the 7th wave, the 9th wave? We're not going to know. You can only take you can only take the risk, a small risk, as early as possible. Well, that move is over, right? So soybeans done for the day because we hit that ADR checkpoint. But right here, right when we started to cycle up, that was yesterday at 11. Okay. And right here is when we broke above positive 100 on our cycle indicator. On our CCI indicator. Right there. Yeah, we could have got in on this yesterday. If we looked at this yesterday, we could have got in on that the same way we were looking at the Japanese yen. That's the same setup on the Japanese yen. 15-minute chart. It even went extended a 15-minute. And what did it do? It dropped down a little lower, right? Dropped down a little lower. Right there is one entry point. 5-minute chart. Pretty much the same thing, right? 5-minute, same thing. Crossover. Okay. Here's where we got the crossover right here. So you see how on the 5-minute, it's a little more defined. 11 waves down, right? That was yesterday. 9, 10, 11. Where is the first sign? Where is the first sign of trend reversal? Right here when it breaks structure. Pulls down, right? There's your second entry level as this breaks to the upside. Gives you the crossover symbol, that plus sign right there. pulls back, finds support, makes another move up, okay? And then it wants to pull all the way back down and retest. But those would have been your two entries. Make a little bit of money, and then it pulls back down. All right, pulls back down and starts doing it again. Crossover, TrendCloud signal, big move up. Entry, stop loss, and we're sort of stuck inside of this consolidated area now. All right. HOOD, hood. Let's see, stocks. We've got that up here. Let's take a look. HOOD. Robinhood. Oh, Robinhood market. Oh, Robinhood. Whoa. 5-minute chart. Extended. How about the 15? 15-minute chart. Wow, Robinhood trends very nicely. Imagine that. It trends nicely with TrendCloud, that's for sure. Earnings came out right here. Huge pop to the upside. Otherwise pretty flat. And it does respect the extended trend too, doesn't it? Extended trend, rip to the upside, recalculate, moved down, and then big move up. Interesting. 45%, huh? From an $11 buy. Yep, here's 11 bucks right here. Look at where that $11 is right here, right at that crossover, right at that TrendCloud crossover on Robinhood. 4-hour chart. Wow, it really went extended here. And then recalculated. Right, yeah, right at it, right. It's almost right at earnings. Huge gap up on earnings. So you can tell Robinhood really responds to earnings. Robinhood really responds to earnings greatly. It's also a crypto trade too. Okay. Robinhood is a crypto. Robinhood has its own cryptocurrency. That's crazy. All right. So not too much going on today, huh, guys? That's okay. Wheat also. Okay. Wheat is also doing the same thing. Or I'm sorry, corn. Corn futures extended, pulling back into TrendCloud. Upward momentum. Pulling back into the 1-hour TrendCloud for that 1-hour move to the upside. 15-minute TrendCloud signals. And we're just starting to hook back down. Wheat. Okay, wheat is not extended and it's just a mess. I mean, that looks like a mess to me. Break into the downside, nothing on wheat. But corn, we might be able to get a fix on corn. Extended trend, broke to the upside. We know that we want to get from here up back up to here. Okay. So start looking for those demand zones. Whoops. On the lower time frames. $15-minute chart. What do we see? We don't really see a lot. That's the problem, huh? Rally base rally right here, a little lower. Pulling back. Got those TrendCloud signals going. A lot of small little mouse tracks and everything on here. On corn. ZCH contract. We're on the H contract, I believe, still. Just don't see any real, I just don't see any zones that I really like. I don't see any zones that I really like there. Consolidating on the Swiss. Consolidation on the Swiss just after an extended trend on the 4-hour chart. Consolidation, false breakout, consolidation. Nothing we can really get a fix on. 15-minute chart, totally sideways. What we would have to see is some type of movement, right? Break above structure. Maybe a nice break above that 100. Then start looking for pullbacks. Or break below structure, right? Break below structure there. Then we pull back and start looking for the downward move or the upward move there, right? That's our little plan. And we've got to make sure that we've got all the components tied up into that plan, right? Do we have trend and momentum on our side as we break through? When trend and momentum are on your side as you break through to the upside, then you can start taking those demand zones, whatever you find in here, right? Start taking those demand zones. If it breaks to the downside, do we have trend and momentum on our side to the downside? If we do, then we can start looking for supply zones to the downside. Starting to cycle down trend and momentum across multiple time frames. Are we below CCI on the 1-hour chart? Below negative 100, great. Take that supply zone. Trend and momentum are on our side across multiple time frames on this upward move. On the pullback, if it's above positive 100 on the CCI, great. Start taking that demand zone. That's the thought process, right? Every single time. But when you don't have the clues and you don't have the framework, then you can't really apply it, can you? You can't really apply your trade plan if you don't have the framework laid out for you on the chart. And that's what we look for, right? Trend and momentum across those multiple time frames. And then we start putting the pieces together. All right. All right, guys, not too much going on. hope I did okay for you today. Hope I did all right for you today. Just wasn't too much going on, so we do a little mini lesson. Check out the mini lesson there on the Japanese yen. I posted it in the Facebook group, and it's also on TradingView as well. And you can see how that trend reversal trade went, and we did really well. So we're doing great, guys. Right? Today was a little slow, but we've got great results. Japanese yen last trade $612. Big, huge win on natural gas over 1800, and small wins, small losses, big wins, tiny losses. That's what it's all about. All right, and we're consistent. All right, guys. I will see everybody tomorrow. Have a great day, and we'll catch you on the flip side.